Hey, Jeremy, I tried to do a very quick demo of our capability, and what I think could be the kind of the right way to use cloud and MCP to actually do the real work, not just kind of demo. And I do believe it actually will unlock the more capability that could hardly be done by either Clay alone or most of the modern GTM tool, because you gotta have the ability to kind of stitch together multiple tool and have access to the tool in a natural language access. And I will try to, hopefully I'll be able to showcase this in a moment. So here I just try to find a vertical SaaS to kind of demonstrate that. So I found this House Code Pro custom. So yeah, they mainly are targeting most of the SMB. I think focusing especially on service provider like HVAC, pipe plumbing, electricity, so on and so forth. So it's kind of just a kind of a like type of a case study. So I already kind of asked Cloud to give me kind of some kind of a deep research of what they are. So the first step actually is quite straightforward. I can just ask Cloud, right? I think most of you probably done the same thing. You just ask Cloud to do some kind of a deep research on this company. And I think I even asked it to create a table for me. So it would say, what would be the ideal customer profile for this company? So like you say, it would be small to medium business, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, cleaning. It should be like a growing, scaling business, mostly like US and Canada. And then you say the main pain point would be like manual paperwork process, inefficient workspace. Yeah, the rest are kind of not very useful, but mainly just like a small home service business owner. And to kind of search this type of customer, I think I'm not going to showcase it to you, so I would just use mine because you are the expert. I'm here to just try to kind of demonstrate how I would kind of approach it, and then the reason why I feel cloud with MCP could be really helpful. So first, I think it's very obvious to do is we need a tool to be able to get this data. We can use Clay, but because Clay doesn't play well unless your tool can kind of really sell as soon as possible. But for now, Clay is not easy to be used for this functionality. So I actually use this Epify. I think you probably know it. And then they can actually dynamically create a tool. So now I want to use Epify tool. So basically I want to use the Epify tool to help me find, let's say, HVAC service provider in Austin, Texas. Can you use the Epify tool to do the data collect for me? And just show me how to use this tool first, because I'm not familiar with that either. Okay, hope it doesn't cram out my limit too much. Okay, so basically want to use the search term. I typically would still try to like check the parameter because sometimes it's not still correct. Okay, so it actually helped me to understand that with website. Okay, so I think this tool, they try to use the HVAC different keyword, try to search it and then get that result back with 50 allowed once. And then let's see. Just get I think they have the wrong ID. I need to get the whole data back. Otherwise, you will be out in the context window soon. Okay, but luckily that we didn't cram up too much yet, I hope. I think there are only few of them back. I just ask it, how many wrong ID are here? Okay, just one. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, you actually have the dataset ID. I wanna showcase that I think they only allow up to 5 for this version of MCP. For those kind of long running jobs, which is good because then we don't need to. So now here's the part that I want to start to introduce, like how to make this thing kind of scalable. Because as you can see, there are 150. And if it's 150, it's still not too big, but even with just 150 edge back service provider, with this, it would just quickly cramp up your context window. But instead, that we actually can use our tool ID. Say ID. I want to use my data gen tool to save the result to create new table in my Firebase. So it actually tell me, okay, I need to use this tool, I need to have a table name, whichever table name. Oh, I need a URL, which actually it would be just from the Amplify, and the project ID. The project ID just like in your Spotbase. I think I know what my project ID is. It's actually just this one right after the project. That's your project ID. You can also ask it to list out the project and select that from the Supabase tool, but I don't want to waste my context for that. I'll just ask it, okay, my project ID is, and then you just come up with the table name for me. Okay, it's reasonable. Yeah, and then unlike the most of the tool, we are actually kind of like Amplify. Because a lot of tool potentially could be long running jobs. So it's actually an async tool. Okay. So actually it has successfully completed. It actually show me what it's done, project ID table created this one. And then we can actually go to Spotbase to check it. So let's refresh it. Yeah, Austin HVAC provider. So see, you have all the data here. And now it kind of come to the interesting part. Like first, I didn't waste any kind of context window to actually bring the data from Amplify to my Supabase. It's like super small, like context window, like being used here. I'll get into more detail of how this is possible doing it and how I think this actually should be done as kind of a connector. But regardless, here now I have the 150 huge data set, like decent size of data set to start with. And the interesting part now is I can actually use Supabase, the built-in SQL, to start to do something interesting. For example, I can ask him something that I couldn't do in Clay. For example, I think they are review count. Can you show me the distribution of the review count, because I don't want to focus on most popular one, and I don't want to focus on like 0 review. And I want to know what is the right amount of review good for me. And again, this is like very useful because like the role that I speak, but because now you use the SQL to do it, okay, it actually tried to do some kind of analysis for me. Please don't. Okay. But now I can get this review. Okay. Median review is 43 and 489 is the average review. There are 36. Okay. That's very interesting. 26 business. So I think a right amount would be, okay, it would be say the 46%. Business. So that would be my first point of using like Supabase instead of Clay is one, you still have good observation of everything that you can see. And then you still can do very like detailed analysis on the data just through the cloud, just ask it. Okay, now, and then I can even do something more interesting because I found there's a very interesting website called data.tax.gov resource, and then I basically asked Paul like what are the available API, and then he actually gave me this for all the license. So I can actually even join this license into the Supabase. Okay, got the result back. Okay, so there's another one, Texas AC conductor. Okay, so let's try to join this one. Just create a view in my table. Don't show everything here. Let's see how well it goes. Okay. Let's match. Let's take a look. So now we're not just having the Google map, we even kind of combine them with the public data set that you might actually need to buy for it. Okay, I actually found 4 of them. Just 4 of them. That's disappointing. But let's see. Air on surface. Okay, that's good. That's good. Air conditioning. Yeah, I think a possible thing is I probably not using the right license type to do this join. But now I can see the owner name now. And I even have their phone number, I think. Here. Right. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now we'll be able to kind of see, using this public data, see their license type. Yeah, without going into like super crazy. And I think we can easily like expand the number of the data amount to get more coverage. But here we can really see some of the interesting thing, like which one actually is going to be expired soon.